All right, we are live. Good afternoon, good people. I am LaShondra McCarty, and this is Unbound Creatives. Today, we are with Lexi Williams. If you have not had the pleasure of meeting this wonderful personality, you are in for a treat. Alexis is an entrepreneur who is rocking it. While quite a few people did not know what to do with COVID, and many of us are still trying to figure it out, she pivoted and transformed her business and has paid off dividends, not only for those of us who have had the privilege of buying her products, but also for those who have learned what her name is and have discovered Aloha Glamour, which is her boutique. And when COVID came, she decided that she was going to add some products to her line that would help you be safe and fashionable. Now, something that I do want to expose in this moment is that, like some of us, we keep all of our stuff stateside when we're trying to figure out how to build our business. And she did not do that. She actually has some partners and employees in Ghana, and she is going to drop some nuggets on us on how we can expand our reach and how we can think differently about our business so that we can be international. Welcome, Miss Alexis.
Aloha, Lashandra. Thank you so much. When you was reading that, I was like, "Who, girl? Okay, you made me feel like a superstar."
Because you are, girl. That's all you. What are you saying?
Thank you. You really don't, or not you, but I really don't know the impact until I hear it from somebody else. To me, I'm just winging it. Eyebrows, eyelashes, business. I'm winging it all. But you made me sound like I got it together, girl. I need you to
Look,
do my clubhouse intros.
I would do that. And I need to get better on Clubhouse because I'm like, right now, I'm just like listening and watching, going, I know. But the crazy thing is, I'm not taking advantage of it because the good thing is, you don't have to worry about your lighting. You don't have to worry about it. I don't have to be like, man, are my curls popping today? Because nobody's even going to see them. I should just jump on and just wing it. So we'll have to do that one day. And I would do your intro and call you up to the stage because you have done so much and people need to know. I'll brag on you. If you don't
Okay,
want to brag on you, I would do it.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, to get our conversation started, why don't you let the people know how Aloha Glamour even came into being? Why entrepreneurship?
Well, I like to tell people that I didn't choose entrepreneurship. I didn't wake up one day and say, I want to start selling clothing. And then more specifically, Afro-Hawaiian clothing being in Mississippi. I didn't just wake up and say that. It actually happened um, because my daughter, when I was born, not when I was born, but when I was stationed in Hawaii, I'm retired. Okay, let me go back. I'm retired Air Force. I retired in 2019, but while I was stationed in Hawaii in 2015, my daughter, she was born and she died while we were in Honolulu. And to me, she was my Afro-Hawaiian princess. She had the African American descent, but she was born in Hawaii. So what I did was merge those two cultures to create Aloha Glamour. That's what happened. So her dying kind of birthed me into my purpose because I needed something to do with my mental health. I was just going through the motions of life. Um, just showing up. I wasn't even showing up fully. I just roll out the bed, go to work, and just sit there. And I needed something for my mental health, and Aloha Glamour was it.
But you pushed Aloha Glamour from that moment to what it is now.
Yes. So originally, um, pre-COVID, before COVID. Now it's before COVID and after. Well, COVID's still going on, but it was before COVID and now. Just like when I started my business, it was before my loss, before I lost Lauren, and then after I lost Lauren. So um, after I lost my daughter, again, it was for my mental health. I wanted people to live their life in color, be themselves unabashedly. I gained a lot of weight, of course, because I was depressed and I was 7 months pregnant when she died. So I felt like this weight that I have on me is all have left of her. So I think that's why I'm really tried to lose weight, because it's like that connection piece that I still have with her outside of Aloha Glamour. So prior to COVID, my mission was, help women turn their mess into messages. We all have a story, and there's somebody that's waiting on your story to get through whatever it is that they need to get through.
Right.
And I only know that because so many women have come up to me and said, "Oh my gosh, Lex, it's because of you," or you went through so much. How are you still? If you can do it, I can do it. So there's somebody out there that's waiting on your story to get through what they need to get through. So after COVID, or when I pivoted because of COVID, um, it was important that I source products directly from Africa. Prior to COVID, I was already working with my employees over in Accra, Ghana. But things really ramped up when COVID happened because they were talking about the shortage of masks. So in April, I was like, well, I'm going to start making African print masks. They got a shortage of masks. And there were so many different things coming out saying fabric masks wouldn't work or no need to even do it. But I was like, listen, y'all ain't got no medical mask. I'm putting something over my face. So
Mhm.
um, I told them to move forward with creating a mask. And every day I would have to take pre-orders of hundreds of masks because I kept selling out, even though the masks weren't here. So that let me know that there was a need for these masks. And so my mission quickly changed from living your life in color. We still living our life in color, but now I'm trying to sustain these livelihoods in Accra, Ghana, because now I have 8 families dependent upon Aloha Glamour.
Wow. So how did you even initially make that connection? Like how those families, how did you end up finding these
Those
particular
people
people? Yeah.
through Facebook.
Really?
I have been scammed from people in someone in Africa before. However, like I said, before COVID, I was already doing business with them. I mean, of course, it wasn't on such a large scale. It was like, okay, can you go find this for me at the market? Can you go do this?
Okay.
And Danny, I call him my COO. He's the main person that I talk to, my chief operation officer over in Accra. He came to me one day and he was like, sis, can we hire 2 people? And I'm like, why are you asking me if you can hire 2 people? That's your business over there. He was like, no. He said, no, you don't understand. We didn't have a business until Aloha Glamour. And it didn't dawn on me that 2 months prior, when they moved into their building, he made this whole video saying thank you to Aloha Glamour. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's so sweet. But then when he was like, okay, can we hire people? That's when it kind of clicked. I was like, okay, first Aloha Glamour got them inside working in the building. Now he want to know if we can hire people, because they had been impacted by COVID as well. So they were losing their jobs. So I said, yeah, of course. Me not knowing how we gonna make it happen, how we gonna pay these people. All I know is, how my heart is. If you need a job, girl, come on. I feed my kids noodles if they got to, long as, well, they eat noodles anyway. But, yeah, if they need help, then yeah, hire them. And then it was like, okay, well, sis, now we need new sewing machines. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a business for real. Like, and I had never been to Africa. I've never met these people in person, but we talk every single day. Like, it literally became a business and a family. And that was solidified when he sent me a picture of a drawing that he had created of me in the office as their CEO. Oh
Oh,
my God. And then his picture was right next to it. But mine was bigger. But yeah, so it was very important that I source the fabrics from Africa because I know there are a lot of Chinese-based African businesses who don't use the real on-card print. And if I'm gonna have an Afro Hawaiian business, I need my products to come from.
Okay. I had no idea. I thought that you were already connected. I mean, that's faith right there. That is some
Faith without
serious
works
faith.
is dead.
Very
You know,
true.
it's all right to have faith, but you still got to do the work. Like I can
Very
have faith all day. Please don't take my money. Please don't take my money. But if I don't send them no money, that ain't doing it right.
and you did and it worked out.
Yeah, it
So
worked out.
that's pretty awesome. Wow. Well, okay. That's what that's amongst a lot of things. That is one of the things that I love about you. You will take that chance,
Girl, I
and a
take a
lot of
risk.
people are, but a lot of people are too afraid to take risks. I mean, even when you were saying that people need to share their stories more, there are a lot of people who have really powerful stories that are sitting on them and aren't willing to be more vulnerable. Like they would have
Why is
given
that?
me the answer. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, why is that?
I think a part of it is not wanting to be vulnerable or separating themselves from their business. Like their business is this thing out there, but their personal life is completely separate, even if something that happened personally kind of birthed the whole business to begin with.
And I used to be like that too, especially being from Mississippi and being African American. We just don't talk about stuff. Parents, they tell you don't tell nobody what's going on in my house, right?
That's
Um,
true.
don't
That's
tell
true.
nobody your business. So I feel like we're conditioned that way. So when I lost my daughter, it was like, I had those thoughts going in my head. Don't tell nobody your business. Um, don't go talk to them people. All they gonna try to do is put you on medicine. But I was literally driving myself crazy. I was driving myself insane. Like I couldn't talk to my mama because she was a pastor, so it was pray about it. My grandma had suffered child loss, so I asked her, and she was like, you just get through it. And I found it wasn't until I started blogging first. That was kind of like my journal. It got it
Hmm.
out and
Right.
open, but it wasn't until I started, telling people my story that they be like, "Oh my gosh, that really changed me." So, people when they buy from Aloha Glamour, they're buying my story because that's what keeps
Right.
them coming back. They know that when they purchase, they're helping families in Africa now. And then when I started my nonprofit for Lauren, then not only will you be helping families in Africa, but you're also going to be helping families at home too. So
Okay, I didn't know you were starting a nonprofit. What's that?
I didn't either. God just gave it to me, so I guess I'm starting it.
Okay. Take it and run with it. Take
Yep.
it and run with it. Because if it's given to you, then whatever you need for it is actually going to come to pass.
Yep.
Awesome. Huh. So I will say this. I do think that we sit on our stories too much, and I'm one of those people that doesn't typically share. But that was one of the reasons why I started doing this, and I appreciate you coming on. Was because there's so much behind why people do what they do, and people's stories are so compelling. And I do think impact whether or not people go, man, I really want to support her. So a friend of mine and I were talking, and she told me about this artist, and she had this really cool picture. And so the first thing that my friend did was go to her Facebook page and try to see, if she had posted anything, not about her work, but about who she is. And she was like, there was nothing there. She was trying to figure out how to connect with this person beyond the fact that she had a really awesome painting. And I
Yeah.
think that those are missed opportunities because people feel like either people won't be interested or they don't want to be vulnerable. And everybody who has sat in this other box next to me has had a truly amazing story of why they do what they do or what inspired them to start their organizations or their projects or even enter into a whole new field that they weren't even studying. And I think that helps people see that there is more to them than what they see on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And for some, it's like, I can hit these paths because this person is doing it. And maybe we have similar stories and maybe we don't, but everybody has had something that they've had to overcome.
Right. And people buy from people that they like, know, and trust.
Very true.
Period. Like, um, people want to know that you're a human, that you don't have it all together, even though it may seem like you do. Like, I pretty much, I'm an open book. If you go to my private Facebook, you'll see me going live with my mama and my grandma and my kids. Like, people
Oh, I
want to
love your
know
grandma's
that,
story. I
girl,
love your
yeah.
grandma's stories. I'm like, oh, grandma is rough. I'd be
She,
like,
listen, she is petty. Listen, she's so petty. But people want to also know that they not the only one with crazy teenage sons that, you wake up one day and they start smelling themselves and you be like, okay, don't, you're not gonna go to jail today. Please don't.
yeah,
Please
please
don't
don't.
hurt this little boy. Like, they want to know they ain't the only one that's thinking this. They ain't the only one who kids eating up all the food in the house and then
No,
coming in and
no.
say, I'm hungry. Well, if you didn't just eat up $400 worth of groceries, you wouldn't be hungry.
I just want to know
Mm-hmm.
why, when you make a bowl of cereal, you need to get a mixing bowl.
Or what?
A, mi-
The big
a
bowl?
mixing bowl. Why? Why are you doing that? Why can't you get a small bowl?
Because they don't pay for it.
I mean, and I'm not gonna say I'm not mad. I just it's at this point where that's your box of cereal. You may go to that box 2 or 3 times, but why do you have to eat so much? And this is after dinner.
Just greedy. Girl, these
Eat that
but
apple.
them boys.
Yeah,
It's them,
yeah, it is. It's the boys.
it's them
Milk
boys.
and cereal. You really need a cow. You need
Girl,
a cow
okay.
and some stock and cow log. That's
Sure.
really what
Pick
you need.
See, we alike in that way. That's the way we connect. So when I go to your page, like if you had products, let me go ahead and buy this because I know her son is eating her out of house and a home. Right.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So we do have Sharon on. Sharon has been so faithful. So I met Sharon a couple of weeks ago, and she was actually the first person that I interviewed. And she says, sorry for your loss, Lexi. Thank you for being so transparent. I know that your daughter is looking down from heaven at you and that she's proud of her mommy.
Yeah. So in my office, I keep this. Can y'all see? These are her handprints.
Oh,
she was
Lexi.
a big baby. So when I come in here and I be like, oh, I don't want to do this. I just look over at her handprints and be like, okay, I got to.
I can do this.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, Miss Sharon.
Awesome. Sharon, if you have any questions for her, feel free to put them in the chat and I'll ask her. So another thing that you have done that I think is like amazing is that you have a business group that is like a small city right now.
Is it?
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's over 7,000 people. Why you say is it like that?
Are we streaming this on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Because I want to share it.
Okay. I'll give you a second to find the stream and share it. But yeah, go to my page and then just share it out.
Okay. But I'm listening. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Your Facebook page. So, everybody says that they want a large Facebook group. Do they really want that?
Honey, no. They do not really want. Look, you got to be careful what you ask for. Hear me. Please be careful what you ask for. So, what people don't know is when I started Aloha Glamour, at the same time I started B.O.B. And the reason was because here I was with this Afro-Hawaiian business in Mississippi, and I felt like I didn't know what my ideal client was. And I felt like if I had that problem, then other business owners that looked like me didn't know how to find the people who want to do business with people that look like them.
Okay.
So I started the group. Now, the group kept me so busy. Aloha Glamour wasn't, Aloha Glamour was Aloha Glamour. I was doing shows on the weekends, but it wasn't to the point where I was behind 1,500 orders like I was when these masks kicked off. So I had time to focus a lot of my attention on the BOB group, and I could just do Aloha Glamour on the side. Um, when we started doing the awards gala, I think that's when the BOB group really kicked off, because here it was, this Black organization. We put on an awards gala, self-funded. It was me and about 5 other ladies who funded the whole thing, right? We didn't ask for
Right.
sponsorships. We didn't ask for handouts. Um, Supervisor Kent Jones donated the building. So there were some prominent figures who, said, hey, I see what you're trying to do. Let me give
Let me
this,
help.
or this is how I can contribute. But yeah, we sold out. Like, we really got the community involved and invested in themselves, and we sold out. So to be able to pay homage to these small Black owned business owners who feel like they're not doing enough or nobody sees them, and to have somebody that looks like them to say, hey, we see you, we appreciate you for doing good business, and keep doing your thing. Like, that meant something to me, and I think it meant something to the community. And because of that, like you said, the organization has grown to 7,300 people, and it grows every single day. And what I want people to understand is, we focus on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, but there is a 6-hour radius. So we go as far as Houston, Memphis, and Atlanta, because I understand that people do business within a 6-hour radius. Like, that's easy, because I do business in Atlanta, Memphis, and Houston. But our main focus is growing the Mississippi Gulf Coast and circulating the Black dollar amongst Black-owned businesses.
So right now, how do you manage your 7,000 on
Like
that
I
on that back end?
I don't.
I'm trying to
Woo!
I'm trying to think of those business owners who are looking at that number and going, man, if I just had 2,000, if I just had, like, what is it really like when you're getting all these messages come through?
So I actually have Miss Rita Green of Go Fig, consult Go Fig and Co. Rita, don't kill me, but she handles a lot of our back office right now. And Miss Pamela Berry Johnson, she created a whole page, membership, so people can sign up to promote their business. Now, originally, anybody can come in there and promote and post. But it wasn't until we started doing the awards galas and putting all these events on. So I'm like, that's not fair for 4,000 people to think 5 people can fund everything that goes on. So we implemented a business model to help pay for the events and stuff like that. And I didn't want the group to be a spam group where people can just come in and, post
Sell. Yeah.
Bitcoin. And, I want people with businesses, registered business owners, to come in and actually do good business. And I feel like the people who want to invest in their business, because it is an investment that you can write off.
Very
right?
true. Very true.
If you take your business serious enough to invest in it, not only does that invest in your business, not only do you get to promote your business, but you're also helping fund awards galas and pop-up shops. And now we have the Mississippi Gulf Coast Village that's coming, the co-working space. So a lot of this stuff I do on faith, but if those 7,300 people would even donate $1 a month, like, we could be so much further off than what we are. So it's a lot of people I get inboxes, about 10% inbox me a month. Inbox me personally because
Okay.
they see me as the face. And I get requests from in search of to can I borrow $20? And I'm like, y'all, I don't get paid off this group. I wish I did, but I don't get paid off this group. So no,
They are
honey,
not asking you for $20, Lexi. Okay. Well, okay. I was. I can't.
but I love them. Like no, like I love y'all, but no, I don't have no money.
You tripping me out. Okay. So 2020 was like super awesome for you. You were in. First of all, Oprah gave you a nod.
Okay, Oprah said these
Oprah.
are the businesses you need to know about. Come through, Oprah.
GQ,
GQ.
ABC, Travel Noire, Beyonce.
Oh,
Like,
Queen B. Like, who gonna be able to put me on their website next? It got to be God. Like, God gonna have to come down. That's it. Like, how you go from Beyonce to Oprah? Like, who? The Obama. They could be next. Obama
the
or
Obama's the next.
Tyler Perry.
Ooh, yeah.
They got to be next. Like,
and Black enterprise. So let me ask you this: when you have these kinds of big opportunities like that, where people are like pointing at you, who have these insane followings, how do you take advantage of that moment? So if somebody else is coming behind you and this is happening to them, what would you tell them to do to take advantage of that kind of notoriety?
I would tell them to be proactive instead of reactive, because with me getting the notoriety, I was in a reactive stage. Like I said, Aloha Glamour wasn't a focus of mine. It was B.O.B. So Travel Noire is so it was I want to say it was blackbusiness.com that posted it first. And all of these other publications just picked up the story and ran with it. It's not like they reached out to me and say, hey, we want to run this story on you. It was more like customers and people from Facebook tagging me saying, oh, girl, congratulations. I'm like, congratulations. Oh. What happened? And when Travel Noire ran the story, I want to say for a week, I was having like $13,000, $17,000 days. Like, I was crying. I was overwhelmed. You know how people say, I wish I can blow up overnight? Honey, I think I lost weight when I blew up overnight, because my manufacturers, they weren't pushing the mask out in time. Then with COVID happening, shipping was delayed from overseas. They wanted to quarantine the boxes. So America is like, I need my mask. I need my mask. When my mask coming? But there's nothing I can do because customs not allowing stuff to come through. So then I have people emailing me. I'm talking about nasty emails. It got so bad to when my phone was ringing, like I just turned it off. Like I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to read no email. I had to outsource it like within 24 hours to my. So when I tell y'all to be proactive instead of reactive, so I outsourced it to my sister. And you know how everybody got that sister that just say the first thing that's on their mind? I had to take that real quick. Like, no, you can't be doing this with these customers. Like So I ended up hiring a VA. So when you set up your business, what I'm saying is, I know you feel like you don't have the money to invest in VAs, to invest in CPAs, to invest in mentors or business coaches or email lists or a website, but find the money to do it, because you'll be a lot better off than what I was. Like, I think people probably thought I was on crack. I was losing so much weight. But yeah, girl, it was hard out here in these entrepreneurial streets. It was. Oh, child, I was stressed.
So when when your product hits the United States, are you packaging those yourself?
Oh, yes. I hand packaged, wrote handwritten notes to every single order that came through. Like, it was just a company of one. When you're an entrepreneur, you do everything. You package the orders, you print the emails, you answer phone calls, you're doing everything. My team quickly grew to, I want to say 10 people, like overnight. So here I am having to teach these people our vision, our motto, our quality control, the way we do things.
Right.
Of course, they didn't get it right the first time. So I found myself having to put out a lot of fires because the wrong orders were being sent, or so it was a lot on me at that time. Like, what was Goldman Sachs? What was the Goldman Sachs program 14 months ago? Like, I really could have used it then. But I'm very grateful for everything that I'm learning now. But yes, get your processes and procedures in place now. Don't do it the other way.
That's awesome. And that is really, really great advice. Um, for those who don't know, Lexi is now in the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program, which is awesome. But it helps businesses up level and get their systems in place and expand if they need to. It has given her some homework, but that's okay because you're gonna survive that too.
You're gonna survive.
You are
Who
gonna
used to sing
survive.
that song?
I believe in you.
Yeah, you believe in me. Come help me with this.
Don't
Come help me with this financial
don't.
forecast.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't even know what a financial forecast was. Like, you want me to guesstimate how much I'm gonna make in 5 years? Okay.
Right. But what does that do? Because if you're thinking about 5 years from now, then the things that you do today are going to be leading you toward that money, right?
Absolutely. You got to have a plan to know where you're going, but I didn't. Help, Lord. Send help.
You're going to be good, Lexi. You're going to be
I'm
good. So, for business owners, how
Uh-huh.
do you secure your customers online? Like, how do you go get them?
Funny thing is, I don't. Like, I'm not consistent with sending out emails. I'm not consistent with newsletters. Most of my customers come from word of mouth, actually, or the press that you've seen. Um, I've had customers reach out to me and say, "Hey, I was Googling a Black-owned business that I could support that sold masks, and yours came up." Um, so a lot of it has to do with word of mouth. Word of mouth. Oh, and I always wear my brand. I'm in Mississippi. Y'all can just imagine the amount of stares I used to get, especially when I started. What'd you think when you first saw me, LaShondra? Because you know I had on some African print. Like, where she come from? She must not be from here, right?
Let me tell you this. Yes, but I also was like, that's bold. That's bold.
You got to. You got to be. Like, I'm always in my brand. So, yes, I have my business brand, but then your own name becomes your own personal brand.
Yes.
So, y'all knew I was gonna wear African print to this interview. Something.
Yeah, I expected that.
See, because that's the brand. That's how people, when people see me, even people who don't know me, and it's so weird because now I can walk in the store and they'll be like, "You Lexi Williams?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." Like, I hope ain't no hit out on me or nothing. They be like, "Oh, I follow you on Facebook." I'm like, "Oh, hey, girl." But they know when they see this, oh, that must be Alexis. Yeah.
But that's smart though. And a lot of people don't wear their brands all the time. And scrolling under your face is how people can connect with you directly to Aloha Glamour, because I'm sure that hat is on that website because I've been looking at that the whole interview.
So look,
it's not.
No, so this is a new sample. This sample came in yesterday while I was on my COVID bed. when my body was aching and I was coughing, but this hat came in and just brought in, ooh. So you know the summer coming. Everybody don't know how to wear head wraps, right?
That's true.
Everybody don't want to wear head wraps. So I was thinking, y'all know I'm always thinking, what could I do? The summer coming. Let's do some summer hats. So I contacted one of my vendors. So this is like almost like a fedora type.
Oh, I did not know the top was white. I thought the whole thing was printed.
So the only thing that's printed is the under.
Oh.
It's only printed under. See? And this is gonna come in like different colors. It's gonna come in black, brown, and then it's white. But the print, I'm gonna have 5 different prints. But I wanted to get a sample first. So before I invest, and because I do a lot of my products are manufactured, I like to get the samples first before I just invest thousands of dollars in a new product. So I said, "Oh, I got this interview. I'm gonna debut this hat on the interview."
Well, I tell you what, that's fire, and I love the way your curls are coming out in the front. I love that. That looks so good.
Thank you. So yeah, these are coming soon. And then for the men, we'll have the lifeguard style hats for them. But yeah, this is something new. I said I want to do a hat with some fabric.
I like that a lot. I can't wait to see what your other prints are going to be.
Thank you. Like I've never seen this before, so it's like
I wear a lot of blue. Just putting it out there. I wear a lot.
Okay, so I find you a blue pattern.
Darker navy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you, girl.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm gonna name that fabric the Lashandra.
Oh, do that.
You know, I name a lot of my prints after my actual customers.
I didn't know that.
The Carmelita, that's our best seller. Like this is the Carmelita print. Ooh. So this is a robe, but this print right here, this is the Carmelita.
I like that too, and I have seen her wearing that.
Oh, she love it. That's her. Yep, I got a Carmelita, I got a Robin, and now I'm gonna have a Lashandra.
I like that, and I will hashtag it all day long and put it on my pages.
Okay.
So for those of you who, because I do try to touch on the business side, for those of you who are not picking up what she is doing in these moments of naming things after her customers, is she is building customer loyalty.
Oh, I am, huh? I didn't even think about that.
Yes.
I just know that I have customers who always gonna shop. It don't matter if I come out with some toilet paper, honey, they gonna buy some. So I'm naming products after them. Absolutely. Yeah.
See, I can see it right now. I could have my hat on with this shirt, and I have a white linen blazer. Yeah.
Kill them.
Yeah.
Because from the back, it's just gonna be all white.
Exactly.
Party in the front.
Yes. I might have to go ahead and let my hair grow out a little bit more so I can have my curls in the front like yours.
I love it, girl.
I have one more thing that I want to share with the group before I let you go. And that is the fact that, she has mentioned Ghana, mentioned her employees. She's actually taking a trip in May. So it's a little late for you to jump on this opportunity in May. But she's going to go over and take a few people with her. They are going to do some training with her staff, as well as a couple of projects. You want to expound on that?
Yes. So I am super excited about the trip in Ghana. So I'm very transparent when it comes to my business. So there have been times where I have posted me and Danny on live when we're talking about the new products and stuff like that. So I said, I'm gonna take a trip over there this year. And when I posted it, I had a few people reach out and say, hey, I want to go too. So I had to go ahead and tell them, now look, I am not a professional at planning travel excursions, but if y'all want to go, y'all can go, right? So I got them the price and the list of things that we're going to do. So Danny is actually going to take us to the Elmina Castle. That's the door of no return where the slaves went through.
Right.
We're going to have a naming ceremony with some village leaders. We are going to, they're going to get sized at Aloha Glamour's fashion house. So for our farewell dinner, we can dress up. We're gonna have a cook come and cook us a welcome meal. Like we gonna be in these streets. I think we're even gonna go to a school, maybe an orphanage. Like I'm super excited and I cannot wait. I wish more people, would go. I feel like, I come up with all these wild ideas and, locals, they be like, I don't know if that's going to work. And I feel like people don't know if it's going to work or not because they don't know what they don't know. They can't envision what they haven't seen. And with me being in the military, I've seen a lot. So I know the potential of the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So I feel like if we can all travel together to see these things, then maybe I'll get more buy-in for people supporting these crazy ideas that I got.
So what's going to happen is that people are going to go on this trip. They're going to be posting on Facebook and Instagram, and then everybody else is going to say, oh, I wish I had gone. I wish I had gone. But you said you have another one in December.
Yes, December 27th through January 6th. So this is going to be right over New Year's.
When many people would probably already have that time off, and you have enough time to get your coins together.
Absolutely, but it don't include the plane ticket. That's different.
Wow. Yes, and that's where most of the cost is going to be. So get it together so that you can be on the next trip.
Listen, and I can't be traveling no any kind of way going international, honey. I need a whole bed. But let me tell you, you're trying to get a whole bed, you're going to spend.
You're going to spend for that bed.
So I got to go
for it because that's a long flight.
Ooh, 10 hours from JFK. 10 hours from JFK straight. But yeah.
Oh, that's good. Straight flights are the best. But those international flights, they're not like when you take that quick hop to Atlanta from here. They're not like that. The planes are bigger. The seats are bigger. The food is better.
Oh, yes.
And you won't feel that 10 hours for everybody who paused and went, oh my God, that's 10 hours. You won't feel it. You really won't. Get some earbuds, watch 3 movies, it'll be over.
Well, I'm going to sleep on my bed.
Or
y'all know I ain't gonna know how to act. I ain't gonna know how to act. I'm gonna be pushing that button. Ma'am. Can I get some giraffe?
It's different than a military plane.
Yes, honey. I always have so much fun with you every time we get together.
Oh, me too. We haven't seen each other in a while, so this was really good. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your knowledge.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem. Natasha jumped on and said, I have big hair. She does have big hair, but your big hair can still fit in that hat.
It sure can. It sure can. Just put the back part, because I got big hair too, but I just pack it down in the back.
Yeah, you can do it. You can make it happen.
Yeah, you can make it happen.
Before I let you go, I'm going to ask Sharon's question. She said, how did you overcome all the family stuff that comes with being transparent and sharing your story?
You said all the family stuff?
Yeah, the what is my family going to say about me sharing? Like that stuff.
I didn't care. My family ain't paying none of my bills. They not helping me get through my trauma. And it's just one of those things. They either going to be there to support me or they not. Like, when you're going through your own personal trauma and stress, like, why even care what somebody else thinks? Because they're not experiencing what you're experiencing. Like, I wanted to commit suicide, but not because I wanted to die, but because I wanted to stop the pain, because I didn't have anybody to talk to. So if your family isn't supportive, if your friends not supportive, let them go. Some people usually got to love from a distance.
Wow. And on that very profound note, we are going to thank our guest, who is mic dropping over there.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Well, pen dropping, but I know what you were doing, girl. We're gonna call it a mic because we're not tearing up equipment.
But Sharon, I hope that answered your question. You can always reach out to me anytime.
And Sharon is a super, super sweet person. At some point, everybody who has who has agreed to come on as a guest. I'm gonna get you guys together and let you converse and network. I think it'll be good for some of you guys to connect. Thank you so much, Lexi. Thanks to you who tuned in while we are live. When you see this later, go ahead and share it out because you know that this is good. Don't trip. Like Unbound Creatives, our next person is going to be Christina Chien. She is actually the founder of the Southern California Marimba. She is a Berkeley grad, and we are going to talk to her about what she has coming up and how she is exposing music to underserved youth. You guys are doing amazing things out there. If you know any creatives who need to be in this spot, who have amazing stories that need to be heard, feel free to reach out to me via messenger. Later.
Later.